Okay. So I had someone review my Tinder profile to see what was up. And we're going to listen to this for the first time together.
Alright, so here's my assessment of your profile from Tinder. Your page is almost the epitome of why black men don't date black women. It's kind of crazy because the first line that you put on your page that I saw was, I have a very demanding schedule. You're on a dating site telling someone that you don't have time to date.
Okay.
It's asinine. Then we have your pictures, which are great pictures. You're all dolled up, which is cool. However, that's gonna probably cancel out maybe 65 to 75% of the men that you're trying to attract because of the level of, I guess, dolled upness you are in your picture. Most men are looking for an easy shot, and what you have is kind of not it. You kind of come off kind of high maintenance in your pictures. I know that's not true. I know that not to be the case. However, your pictures say otherwise.
Oh my God.
CEO of your own makeup line is what you put for your occupation. That sentence in itself is kind of redundant, but it also kind of just comes off as a difficult or frustrating person that is possibility of being unemployed. So I'm just trying to put a tag or title that's important.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you said that.
Just get rid of it. But basically, it's all kind of under the same umbrella of
I'm doing too much.
You come off difficult. You come off high maintenance. You come off as if you're not really interested in dating, especially to your own culture. However, I'm sure the white guys and Hispanic guys, you come off exotic or different or interesting or something that they don't see every day. So I'm sure you get a lot of hits from them, but I could imagine the brothers ain't really hitting you like that.
I'm gonna pretend like my feelings ain't hurt. I don't care. I do care.
Red, red wine. Red, red wine. Only get better with time. Only get better with time. Red, red.
Some girls wonder, other girls whine. Welcome back to Red Wine Girl Time. I know that everyone is talking about coronavirus. So I decided I'd give you guys some like really good juicy gossip to kind of like clear the air with all of this quarantine madness. Oh my God. I don't want to talk about it. So this is an episode. Well, first of all, let me backtrack. Hi. Once again, I'm making a reappearance for you guys. Look, I always have to take time to work on myself because how can I guide you on this journey if I don't know where I'm going? Today's episode is going to be really, really good because this is something that I've wanted to do since, when did I join Tinder? Since December. In December, when I had moved back to New York, after 2 weeks of being settled, I was like, okay, I'm ready to start dating again. So now the reason why I joined a dating app is because one, I've had success on Tinder before, and two, I just felt like with the transition and with the building of the brands and just trying to like get myself together, and then I was taking like online courses for mental health awareness stuff, I just didn't have time to go out and meet guys. But I also felt like I'm getting older, that whole like click and talk thing, ticking clock, wow, that whole ticking clock thing is so real. Like for some people, you just wake up one day and you kind of feel like at a time crunch. I'm not at a time crunch that makes me anxious to where I'm not being mindful of the decisions that I'm making and the people that I'm allowing into my life. But I am at a time crunch where it's like, girl, like, your fear of commitment, whatever this is, you need to get over it quickly, work that stuff out so that you can have the life that you say that you want. Like, I want 5 babies, and I'm gonna have to start at one point or the other. So anyways, the point being, I joined Tinder, right? So I joined Tinder, and to accelerate the process, I would also, let me preface this also by saying that, like, I'm not sponsored by Tinder. This is my experience. I paid for a Tinder Gold. Yes, I paid for Tinder Gold. Because it was like, you know, they bump your profile to the top and you get to see who likes you so that you can just choose from that. I was like, oh, that's even better than like swiping left and right. Like, the anxiety of like swiping right for a lot of people is that, what if I like someone who doesn't find me to be attractive? Like, what if I go on somebody's profile and he is literally the epitome of Prince Charming and he don't like me back? That can be stressful on the ego. Like, I think it's more stressful for women than it is for men, because men are more comfortable with rejection than women are. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna join Tinder Gold. I'm gonna do it for 1 month. Let's see what happens. So when you join Tinder Gold, they offer you a surge, right? I think that's what it's called. It's a surge. So with the surge, hold on. I'm like really excited to tell all my business. But so with the surge, what it does is it boosts your profile for like a certain amount of hours. Okay, so I also want to let y'all know that I did do that. So join Tinder Gold, which allows me to see people who like me and choose then if I want to swipe left or right. Right being a yes, it's a match, and left being nah, I'm good. So I'm really excited because I'm like, yes, like I'm back in New York, I'm back in Brooklyn, I miss the Brooklyn accents, I can't wait. So turn on the surge or whatever, and the numbers start going up. They start going up. 100 and something likes. And I think that those 100 and something likes were like from when I was in Atlanta. So now the number keeps going up. And the number's going up. And the number's going up. And the number's going up. I think that by 3 hours, by 3 hours of me being on the surge and on Tinder, I had received around 1,500 like swipe rights, like people who were interested in me. So I was like, oh, I felt kind of cute. I feel cute. So I'm like, all right, let me go see who my potential matches are. Y'all, I'm scrolling, right? And most of the men are of white and other races. So I'm like, am I tripping? I go back to the top. I'm scrolling, and there's a couple of black men sprinkled in there, but no, nothing. Cool. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a couple of more hours. I'll check back in and see what's up, because, you know, maybe they're just not on right now. And so then I text my group chat with my guy friends, because as you guys know, I have a lot of male best friends. And so it's me, Paul, Randy, and Zach and Zay all in a group chat, right? Like that's our chat. So me and the boys are in a chat, and I'm like, are you guys like on Tinder? Like, do you feel like guys are on Tinder? Because when I say guys to them, they're automatically gonna think of the black men that they know. And so they're like, you know, yeah, like I don't feel like a lot of dudes are on Tinder like that. Like, that's just where people go to when they want to like have a good time. And I was like, okay, well, you know, in my experience, I don't think that that's always gonna be the case. I don't think everybody on there is just looking, you know, for fun. But okay, cool. They're like, yeah, like nobody of substance should be on Tinder. And I'm like, you guys are doing that thing where you be overprotective and extra. All right, boom. Well, I give it a couple of hours and I come back. And now at this point, it's at like, I want to say it was at like 1,800, because after the surge period, the likes were still coming in, but they were coming in at a much slower pace. Like in the first 3 hours, that number was so ridiculous to me. I was like, this is how many men in New York think I'm attractive? That was when I saw the number. Then when I was scrolling through my options, I was like, this is how many men think I'm attractive. Okay. But I say that to say, in 24 hours, I had received over 3,000 options to swipe right. So I'm scrolling, and I'm like, wow, like, I don't see my type. And that was kind of like the first time that I had to really acknowledge that I had a type, right? So my rule was that no matter how good you looked, if your bio was trash, like I read bios, so if your bio is trash, then I'm not gonna swipe. And I honored that, like, for the most part. Like I would say there was probably like 3 guys that I swiped on where their bio was like, they didn't have a bio, or it was just really, really corny, whatever, right? So anyways, I'm scrolling through, looking for my type. My type is not here. Not yet. But my type is not here. Scrolling. My type is not here. And I was like kind of feeling away, because I was like, I don't understand. So then I had one of my guy friends analyze my profile. And actually what's so crazy is that, like, I wanted to record this in January, but that was around the time that the How to Shoot Your Shot video went viral. And I was like, wow, like, black men don't fuck with me like that, which is crazy, because I love y'all. Like, the comments in that video, I think that's also why I kind of stepped away from YouTube, because like every day I was in the comment section just like finding new ways to call people's sons stupid without using the word stupid. Like, y'all not gonna come for me and think I'm not gonna have nothing to say back. Like, I'm definitely from Brooklyn, I'm definitely Haitian, like, you will get all the spice. So my feelings was hurt, like, between that video and most of the backlash, which, by the way, the feedback in private was that this video was super helpful and it's saved lives and created love. That was the feedback in the background. But on a day-to-day, to have like so many men, my men, black men, coming at me, a lot of the comments were like super crazy. So I was like, you know, like, if I do a video about my Tinder experience, I'm also gonna have to acknowledge that, like, you know, like, yo, like, on the internet at least, black men don't fuck with me like that. So then I went and I tried to, I was like, all right, well, if this is what I got, let me scroll. Now, I think that love is love. I don't have anything against the swirl. I don't have anything against interracial relationships. I'm not gonna say that I don't find white men attractive. I would say that, like, what makes my heart beat, what makes my mind go crazy, what confuses my emotions is black men. I love them. I love what they look like. It's this thing that it's this swag, this presence. I love black men. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything against anybody else, but that is what I prefer. So when I think of like what I find attractive, that is just where my mind goes. But so I was like, all right, let me scroll through, let me read a couple of profiles, let me see. And maybe because all of my real life options are out the window, I was like, let me see what, what's out there. let me just give it a shot. I think somehow Tinder should like put a cap on how many people they show you a day, because that number can be really, really overwhelming. Like there was times where I was like scrolling to just try to choose some options, and the number just kept increasing, and it kept increasing, and it kept increasing. And that was like really overwhelming. Like initially it was cute. It was like, oh, I'm so fine. But then it got overwhelming, and then it got annoying. And not annoying because of the people on there, it got annoying because of the app. Like it was just too many options. It was just way too much. It's like I'm not scrolling through all of this, and if I miss my match, I miss my match. But I didn't. So yeah, that was my Tinder experience. It's a little frustrating, I'm gonna be honest, because now I'm like really thinking about like, I listen to this one more time. Well, I know he said, but so it's, I know that I kicked this off as like kind of like a joke, but dating has always been like a really, really like process for me. So the feedback was necessary, and I'm not one that's not like receptive to feedback. I can take constructive criticism, and I will say that like how I come off, I see that, but I don't know how to turn that off, nor at this age am I interested in turning it off, because like I would say like I'm high maintenance, but I do all the maintaining. Like I take care of myself, and that's not to be like, oh, I'm Miss Independent, I don't need a man, rah rah rah. Like I need a man. I think that 100% is amazing, but when one person is 100% whole and another person is 100% whole, and you bring that together and you got 200% as a power couple, like that's fire. And that's always my idea of like my ideal relationship, is to be with someone who is as whole as I am, or more whole, or even if you're just a little bit less whole, like somebody that I can learn from and grow with, but whose absence doesn't make me feel inadequate. Because I'm not gonna say incomplete, because I used to say that, but I think that like it's okay to feel like somebody like completes you or brings more out of you. I'm gonna say like I don't want to be with someone whose absence makes me feel inadequate, and vice versa. Like I don't want you to need me, I want you to really, 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 really want me. But that whole like, you know, like she's high maintenance and blah blah blah, whatever the case may be, I think that like men have to let go, especially black men have to let go of those like gripes, because especially in this day and age, women are taking care of themselves, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that we always take that like that independence, and or I should put that in quotes, but we always take that independence and put it off as a bad thing. And I remember this one guy that I'm like really, really close with, like we're good friends. We were having a conversation about the independent mindset, and he made a really, really, really good point, right? And also like I'm aware that I did a whole episode on the independent woman and the 5 myths, and I was just like speaking to our, you know, fight the power, whatever, like coming to our, not coming to our rescue, but you know, like I was speaking on behalf of the women who are independent women. And what he said to me was like so true. He was like, yeah, but like you're supposed to do that. And I was like, you're absolutely right. Like we are supposed to do that. And while yes, no shade to nobody, live your best life, there are women who are comfortable being financially dependent on men, and there are women who were raised to be emotionally dependent on men. There are women out there like me who just, we aren't like that, but there's nothing wrong with not needing someone to be your bread and butter, or there's nothing wrong with not feeling the need to completely lean on a man for emotional and financial and life support, because we're supposed to be self-sufficient. We're supposed to be independent as adults. Like, adults are supposed to be independent. So the things that I do for myself and the things that I accomplish and my ambitions are nothing short of the things or the way that I'm supposed to be. So, you know, it's kind of like, if that intimidates you, that says more about you than it does about me. Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm providing for myself happily, and I don't have to throw that in your face for it to be a fact. Like, it just is what it is. Whatever. I don't know. So I was kind of feeling like, you know, black men just wasn't feeling me. And it sucks. But it's alright. That's how I felt. I'm good now. But yeah, so that was my Tinder experience. I know that there wasn't really a lot of lessons in this episode, but I just felt like y'all deserve some like good juicy updates. The dating world is interesting. Yeah. So next week we are going to start a series of giveaways. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a red wine girl time glass. Yes. Hold on, let's see if I can like show this to y'all without ruining my thing. But we've got glasses. There's a hat hanging out somewhere. I'm probably just gonna show y'all a picture, but I have it in real life. And then I have let me put this on the floor so that it don't drop. We've also got t-shirts. So this shirt says, "Some girls wonder, other girls whine." And then on the back, we've got the Red Wine Girl Time tribal logo. And y'all, not for nothing, I'm extra hype about these shirts because they were made in Haiti. This is cotton from my homeland, and I'm really excited about it. We also have notebooks. I'm doing a giveaway of wine glasses, not Red Wine Girl Time wine glasses, but of wine glasses and the Red Wine Girl Time notebooks. So those giveaways start next week. The details for that are going to be in the description box below. That way you guys can kind of like just get a head start on being prepared. We're gonna do word hunts every week because I love words, and I'm really excited. So you're gonna get a chance to win wine glasses and the notebooks. The notebooks are gonna come in red and black. Here's a picture of the notebook. They are so fire, y'all. Like, I'm so hyped. And you can win Red Wine Girl Time lipsticks by Starstruck, the liquid lipsticks. And I'm gonna do one of the t-shirt, and I'm gonna do one of a hat. And what else? I might do a giveaway of the official like collector's item wine glasses. I do have. I might do a giveaway. I love these. Like, I love having things with my name on it, and Red Wine Girl Time is my name, Starstruck is my name, and Saika is my name. Thank you. That's it. That's all I got. So thank you guys for tuning in. You will be getting all the content because we are all under quarantine in New York City. It is so necessary. I was gonna say trash, but I'm gonna say necessary because now I have no excuse, and you have no excuse not to be productive. Read those books that you haven't read, like those books and those supplies and all the things that you bought for the hobbies that you wanted to try, be it painting, be it knitting, be it Legos, I don't know, whatever those things were that you thought about exploring. That camera that you bought that you're not using, put it to use. Like, in this like self-quarantine time or state imposed quarantine, you should be exploring yourself. I want to say creatively or intellectually. Those are the only two options I'm gonna always give y'all. Like, Udemy and Coursera.com offer tons and tons and tons of access to courses and grow your brain or grow your heart. I think that's where art comes from. Art comes from the heart. I don't know. Whatever you do, do not let this time be wasted. If you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, this is the time to do it. If you run a business, this is the time to get all your affairs in order. There's gonna be a bunch of resources listed on the Red Wine Girl Time website for people who are starting brands. And if you're like running your business in general, there are resources there for you. If you are starting a cosmetics line more specifically, I am a resource to you. The trial and error game is real. Learn from my mistakes and make your own. Use this time to reach out to brands that you want to work with. Use this time to get content for your Instagram if like that's what you aspire to do. If you are a writer, use this time to write. I have 2 books that I have to finish, and I will use this time to do that. Use this time to just be productive, but also use this time to rest. Honor your body, honor your mind, honor your soul. Exercise, do yoga. I've been wanting to try yoga. You might come out of this flexible. Meditate, spend time with yourself. Be in silence. Write out your feelings. Learn your feelings, understand your feelings. There's so much things that you can do in this time rather than consume the craziness of other people who just don't know what to do in this time. I got you, you got me. We're here together. Remember, don't wonder, choose wine. And by wine, I mean choose sophistication and elegance and grace and beauty and intelligence. That's what I mean when I say choose wine. Choose wine in this time. I'm a wrap up. I've had enough. Bye. Thank you guys.